there are road trips, and then there's Patagonia. Stretching across the southern tips of Argentina and Chile, Patagonia isn't just a place you visit, it's a place that consumes you, in the best way. Vast open plains that seem to go on forever, jagged peaks that stab the sky, glaciers that glow in eerie blue hues, and winds so fierce they almost seem alive. This isn't a trip where you count the miles, it's a journey where every single stretch of road tells a story of raw beauty, isolation, and a world untouched by time. Starting in Bariloche, Argentina, a picturesque town known for its alpine charm and chocolate shops, you get a soft landing into Patagonia's rugged world. Nestled by the shores of Lake Nahuel, Bariloche gives you a taste of the serene before the wild. The roads here wind past crystal clear lakes, pine forests, and snow-capped peaks. It almost feels European, until the vastness hits. Heading south on Route 40, known locally as Ruta, you soon realize what Patagonia is really about. Endless horizons, roads that stretch straight into nowhere, and a silence so pure you hear your own heartbeat. As you leave the forests behind, the steppe opens up. This is the Patagonian desert, windswept, barren, and strangely beautiful. Guanacos, wild relatives of the llama, roam freely across the plains, often staring at your car as you pass, as if wondering who dares to enter their world. Here, the sky feels impossibly big. Clouds stretch in vast patterns, the sun casts long shadows, and every sunset feels like a private performance. A few hours in, you reach Los Antiguos, a small town by the shores of Lake Buenos Aires. Famous for its cherries, it offers a perfect rest stop before crossing into Chile. The border crossing itself feels almost surreal. A tiny post in the middle of vast emptiness. A friendly chat with the border guards, and you're into Chile's Carretera Austral, one of the world's most legendary road trip routes. The Carretera Austral is Patagonia turned up to 11. Winding through dense forests, crossing fjords, and hugging cliffs, this road seems hand-carved by adventure itself. The gravel crunches beneath your tires as you drive past turquoise rivers, hanging glaciers, and mountain peaks shrouded in mist. And unlike more famous tourist routes, this one still feels wild. It's common to go hours without seeing another car. You realize pretty quickly, this isn't just a scenic drive, it's a humbling journey through nature's rawest corners. One standout stop is the marble caves of General Carrera Lake. Only accessible by boat, these otherworldly formations are natural sculptures. Smooth marble carved by water into mesmerizing patterns of blue and white. Gliding beneath them in a kayak, you feel like you've entered a dream. The reflections on the crystal clear water, the echo of your paddle against the marble. It's a reminder of how patient and powerful nature can be. Now let me ask you, when was the last time a landscape made you feel completely insignificant, in the most wonderful way? Because Patagonia does that, again and again. Heading further south, the scenery shifts yet again. You cross back into Argentina and approach El Chaltén, known as the trekking capital of the country. Framed by the dramatic peaks of Fitz Roy and Cerro Torres, this town is a mecca for hikers and climbers from around the world. Even if you're not an avid trekker, a short hike to Laguna Capri gives you a front row seat to some of the most stunning mountain views on the planet. Standing there, wind on your face, mountains reflected perfectly in the glacial lake, you understand why so many come here chasing the horizon. And then there's El Calafate, the gateway to the legendary Perito Moreno Glacier. Most glaciers in the world are retreating. Perito Moreno stands defiant, one of the few still advancing. Massive chunks of ice crack off its face and crash into the water below with a thunderous roar. Standing on the viewing platforms, you can spend hours just watching this frozen giant breathe, shift, and break apart. It's like nature's own slow motion performance. Unpredictable, powerful, and impossible to look away from. But the road doesn't stop there. Pushing further into Chile, you enter Torres del Paine National Park. A place that feels like nature decided to show off. Jagged granite towers rise sharply from the earth, surrounded by glacial lakes that shimmer in shades of blue and green. The road winds through valleys where wild guanacos graze, condors soar overhead, and the air smells of fresh earth and rain. Whether you're hiking the famous W Trek or just driving through, Torres del Paine hits you with a sense of wonder that's hard to put into words. And here's something to think about. How often do you find yourself completely in awe of a place, not just because of its beauty, but because of how untouched it feels? That's Patagonia. Even the practical challenges become part of the story. The fierce Patagonian wind, known for flipping over camper vans. The rough gravel roads that test your driving skills, and your tires. Unpredictable weather that can swing from sunny skies to freezing rain in a heartbeat. But here's the thing. Those challenges don't feel like annoyances. They feel like rites of passage. Every flat tire, every wrong turn, every rainstorm becomes part of your personal adventure tale. Along the way, the people you meet leave as much of an impression as the landscapes. Patagonian hospitality is quietly heartfelt. A mechanic in a tiny village who insists on sharing mate while fixing your car. A park ranger who points out hidden trails with a smile. A guesthouse owner who invites you in for a home-cooked meal because you've come so far. These encounters remind you that even in the most remote places, human kindness thrives. And then, there are the moments you don't plan for. The condor soaring alongside your car. The rainbow stretching across a valley after a storm. The sudden glimpse of a fox darting across the road. Patagonia rewards those who pay attention, who take their time, who aren't afraid to stop the car, get out, and just be in the moment. What's incredible about this road trip is how it shifts your perspective. You stop thinking about the destination. It's not about ticking off sites or getting the perfect photo. It's about the journey itself. The road beneath your tires, the ever-changing sky. The feeling of being a small dot moving through a vast, magnificent world. And just when you think Patagonia has shown you everything, there comes the legendary Ruta del Fin del Mundo, the road of the end of the world. This southernmost stretch winds through Tierra del Fuego, a rugged island split between Argentina and Chile. Here the landscapes shift once more. Thick forests give way to windswept plains, glacial lakes sit quietly under leaden skies, and the roads feel like they belong to another era. Driving here feels like stepping off the edge of the map. The towns are sparse, the people hardy, and the sense of remoteness overwhelming in the best possible way. You realize, on this last stretch, that Patagonia isn't just about dramatic mountains or sparkling glaciers. It's about the feeling of standing at the edge of the known world, where the road fades, and adventure truly begins. Let me ask, when was the last time a trip changed not just what you saw, but how you saw the world? As you push toward the southernmost stretches, Ushuaia, the so-called end of the world, you realize Patagonia isn't a place you conquer. It's a place you surrender to. And in that surrender, you find a rare kind of peace. Reaching the tip of South America, standing by the Beagle Channel with Antarctica just beyond the horizon, there's a profound sense of completion. Not because the journey is over, but because it's changed you in ways you didn't expect. The open spaces have stretched something inside you. The wild beauty has stirred a sense of wonder you might have forgotten you had. And perhaps that's the true gift of a Patagonian road trip. It strips away the noise, the rush, the clutter of everyday life. It leaves you with open roads, wild places, and a heart that beats a little freer. If this journey stirred something in you, stay tuned for our next video where we explore Patagonia's secret hiking trails, off the beaten path routes known only to locals and the most adventurous travelers. Trust me, you won't want to miss where these hidden paths lead.